next Friday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
A weekend of choice, yard work, hiking, deck time, beach bumming, or all of the above. I'll break down the details right after this. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mitchell Reif. Tonight on your 19 News, how the Michigan State Police is cracking down on distracted driving and people on their cell phones behind the wheel. And new room and board fees and a new alma mater pride song for Northern Michigan University. Highlights from today's Board of Trustees meeting. And May 4th is tomorrow, marking Star Wars Day. How you can enjoy the holiday and support a local theater. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Well, in your first morning weather forecast, we finally have some spring weather, and I, for one, am hoping it sticks around.
I know. One of our guests earlier tonight was mentioning that they were at the beach for about an hour as temperatures were about 78 degrees here in Marquette, if you can believe that. And if not, just use the force as it is the Star Wars weekend. Here's the fairly live look at the bridge, courtesy of the Mackinac Bridge Authority. Temps around 46 degrees, partly cloudy skies. These green bars behind me mean it's likely to stay nice and dry, calm conditions. Temps across the board in that 40 to 50 degree range. Will drop down a little bit, but I'll give you those details after the break.
Following a fatal crash in Wells Township where a driver attempted to pass an ambulance, officials are urging drivers to properly yield to emergency vehicles. UP Health System says over the last several years, they've decreased their usage of lights and sirens due to drivers not yielding. State law requires drivers to pull over to the right side of the road and come to a complete stop. Refusing to yield is punishable by a $400 fine, but officials say it could have far more serious consequences.
Not able to get to a scene safely, whatever we're going to, it could get worse. Sometimes every minute does matter.
People try to multitask while they're driving, texting, listening to music. It only takes one time to cause a serious accident because you're not paying attention to the road.
Drivers are also required to slow down and move over when there is an active scene on the side of the road. And Michigan State Police are zeroing in on distracted driving with a new initiative that's launching on Monday. It's called Operation Ghost Rider. Troopers will be in unmarked police vehicles looking specifically for drivers on their phones. The new hands-free law prohibits drivers from having any electronics in your hands, even at a stoplight. Troopers say in 2022, around 60 people died due to distracted driving, and Operation Ghost Rider is aimed at bringing that number to zero.
Operating a motor vehicle at approximately 55 miles an hour and then using your phone for just as little as 4 or 5 seconds, that's equivalent to driving a length of a football field. Operating a vehicle thousands of pounds, it's like a missile. We want to just keep that missile between the lines.
MSP says although distracted driving is a civil infraction, it can result in hundreds of dollars in fines. Late last year, the U.S. Department of Education rolled out a new portal for the free application for federal student aid. Some of those updates have caused problems and discouraged students and families from submitting their applications. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent, Sophia Murphy, has more from the Michigan College Access Network on outreach programs to help students complete the application.
Delays and glitches with the new free application for federal student aid platform have continued to deter students from filing, leaving Michigan 10,000 applications behind where it was at this point last year.
If students are missing that opportunity now, it becomes even more difficult to engage them in post-secondary going forward.
State outreach programs have been working to get students and families the assistance they need to submit their FAFSA. The newest program is from the Michigan College Access Network and the Office of Lifelong Education, Advancement, and Potential. It's called the Retired Educator FAFSA Specialist Program, or REFS.
We have a number of educators that are retiring or leaving the educational system but still have a lot of contribution left to give.
MCAN's Director of Adult Student Attainment Strategy, Patrick Brown, explained that REFS focuses on helping non-traditional students apply for community and tribal colleges and access benefits from the Michigan Reconnect program.
And they'll actually help them walk through the process of completing the FAFSA and as well fill out the documentation needed to enroll in Michigan Reconnect.
Brown called the refs community assets, saying the plan is for them to work with local workforce development organizations to target 21 to 24-year-olds who are looking to go back to school but don't know where to start.
In the Upper Peninsula in particular, these refs will be in contact with community-based organizations there, with local government entities.
The program is still hiring refs. Brown says there will be 2 to represent each region of the state, but they anticipate an official launch before the end of the spring to help students register. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Northern Michigan University's Board of Trustees approved new room and board rates, approved a new certificate program, and unveiled a new alma mater song today. The cost of a standard double room and meal plan will increase $247 to about $6,200 per semester. The board also approved the Cannabis Agriculture Certificate Program, which will begin this upcoming fall. The board also announced the winner of its spring songwriting contest for the university's 125th anniversary, Northern Pride, written by NMU professor Dr. Dwight Brady.
Knowing that a part of me will continue on at this university in song, and perhaps even my children and grandchildren will be looking at that program one day and say, hey, my dad or my grandpa wrote this song, and they can sing along with it. It's very special.
The new alma mater will be debuting at Homecoming in the fall. We'll have a link to the song at our website, WZMQ19.com. A Marquette organization is helping women pursue their degree with an upcoming scholarship opportunity. The American Association of University Women is offering a scholarship of $1,500 per semester for non-traditional students at Northern Michigan University. A non-traditional student is anyone who is a parent, returning to school, veteran, and or caring for family members. An AAUW member says the organization wants to give back to the community members who support them.
Folks who are trying to go back and get their education later in life, every little bit that we can offer is important because we want to see people succeed in their educational goals.
The scholarship application is open now through June. For more information on this scholarship, just go to our website, WZMQ19.com. Ishpeming is being recognized for its development readiness. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation has given Ishpeming the Redevelopment Ready Communities Essentials designation. This classification lets developers and businesses know that Ishpeming has the people and procedures in place to allow for new development. It also makes more state and grant funding available for the city.
New businesses coming into town, and they are able to take advantage of programs that both the city is offering, but now we'll be able to reach even deeper into the pockets of the state through the Michigan Economic Development Corporation and get some greater assistance and some greater opportunities.
The City of Ishpeming plans to continue to advance to higher levels of certification with the Michigan Economic Development Corporation in the coming months. Around this time, 45 years ago, the U.S. and Taiwan created a framework for our relationship with the tiny Pacific island. As China continues to threaten Taiwan's independence, senators say maintaining peace in the region is a top priority for international and U.S. interests. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
Our commitment has been and remains to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific.
In a Senate Foreign Relations Subcommittee hearing, senators focused on U.S. policy towards Taiwan. Senators say the Taiwan's Relations Act, known as the TRA, maintains peace, security, and stability in the Western Pacific. But they say aggressors like China threatens that peace by ramping up their military pressure to assert sovereignty claims over Taiwan.
The People's Republic of China, however, has been employing increasingly bellicose rhetoric and utilizing gray zone tactics that seek to undermine the status quo across the Taiwan Strait.
An assistant secretary of state says China also tries to sever diplomatic relations to isolate the island.
Their objective is to try to pressure and coerce, intimidate, and isolate Taiwan. And I think they believe that by picking off, so to speak, Taiwan's diplomatic allies, they can further those objectives.
For decades, the U.S. has maintained that they will come to Taiwan's aid if they need it.
It is our hope that Taiwan can be an aggressive competitor with China and with other nations, even with us, but not to be conquered by China.
Experts caution against changing the framework with the TRA, saying it provides the U.S. enough tools to promote our interests in the region. They believe by working with allies and partners in the region will help maintain Taiwan's security. On top of that, they believe the recent multi-billion-dollar foreign aid deal for Ukraine, Israel, and the Indo-Pacific will build on that stability.
I think it sends a signal to would-be aggressors around the world of all kinds that we will stand by our commitments.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Their full weather forecast is coming up after the break, as well as new management at Escanaba Marina. Hear from the new leadership as the team anticipates a busy season. And later, lawmakers have been working in a bipartisan manner to address the crisis in fentanyl. A report from Washington, D.C. on the Fend Off Fentanyl Act. We're back in 2.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Saturday night at 6 on MeTV 19.1. Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
Every penny will be used properly. All the folding money will be misappropriated because...
Colbert's got Matt Damon, and from Ghosts, Daniel Pinnock. Tonight, who'll be there when there are voices that need to be heard? Who'll be there when amazing rises up, or a need for a warning comes falling down? Who will be our ears and our eyes? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Whether it's on air or behind the scenes, there's a world of opportunities waiting for you. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Get connected to your community and your world. Scan this right now for weather, news, video, community events, instantly at your fingertips. The app from 19 News. Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Air Stasic.
At the moment, those raindrops are in that green blob to the west of us. Will we see them anytime soon? But not tomorrow morning to start. At the moment, mostly clear skies. We will see clouds increasing over on the west half, even all the way over here into Marquette. At the moment, like I said, mostly clear. Our temperatures are even in that 50-degree range as we're holding steady at 54. And a lot of activity going on in downtown Marquette as it is graduation weekend. Be safe out there, please. Winds primarily coming out of the west and southwest. They're staying generally light and calm, maybe a few gusts around 20 miles an hour, but nothing you can't handle. You're not going to get blown away. For our lows tonight, we'll expect them to be in that 35 to 45-degree range. Maybe sleeping with the windows open. I don't know what kind of sleeper you are. But taking a look at Iron Mountain for our morning planner is what that should say. We'll start with some sunshine and then those clouds increasing. Our temps are also increasing throughout the day. Take a look there around 3 p.m., 66 degrees. But those sprinkles starting to really take over. And they're going to move from the west over to the east. Chances of thunderstorms primarily in the south and those eastern corners. I'll show you that in a moment. And tomorrow, that's right, it is Star Wars Day as well as the commencement days around the UP. Our temperatures will be in that 55 to 65 degree range, maybe close to 70. And like I mentioned, we'll start with a little bit of sunshine, but it's going to get a little bit sprinkly. The good news is on Sunday, you'll forget all about it because we've got sunshine on the way. Our temperatures for Saturday, those highs will hit about 62 here in Marquette, around 68 there in Iron Mountain. Maybe it's a beach day or not, as there was a pontoon parade, at least one pontoon there in Lake Antoine in Iron Mountain. Amy Doyle sent us some footage. And then we've got, like I said, showers starting to sprinkle on in the afternoon. Take a look down here in Menominee County as it could get a little bit dicey. And then those chances increasing in Delta County as well later on in the afternoon and the evening. And then it could get really wild overnight here in the eastern corner on your early morning hours of Sunday. But then again, poof, gone on Sunday like nothing ever happened. Lots of sunshine, mostly clear skies for the evening. And we'll take a look here at what's happening for Marquette tomorrow. Well, we've already talked about that. We've got clouds moving in. Sunny skies on Cinco de Mayo. Olé. Our temp high is about 57 degrees. We'll warm up into those 60s and 50s throughout the week. And yes, the sprinkles will be returning. But I've got your outlook for Escanaba coming up in 15.
This week's Escanaba Municipal Marina opened for the year for the first time under management of the city's Recreation Department. Staffing is up compared to 2023 with 4 returning staff members and 8 new employees. And the Recreation Director will split her time between the Civic Center and the Marina. Between seasonal boaters and transients, she anticipates a busy season.
About 40 people that have booked reservations to come into the marina this summer. They might spend one night, they might spend 2, they might spend a long weekend. We have people coming in for family reunions. So with them coming in, I think the marina is going to be very full this year.
The marina is currently open Monday through Friday, and hours will extend to the weekends into the summer. Hours and information on the upcoming events are available on the Escanaba Recreation Department and Marina Facebook page. In Dickinson County, the historic Browmart Theater, has a stacked weekend of fun-filled shows. Tomorrow, the Browmart hosts an all-day event, Star Wars event called May the 4th, featuring 2 screenings of The Empire Strikes Back. It's a major fundraiser for the Browmart, as all proceeds will go to support the theater. Fans can enjoy costumes and trivia contests, enjoy themed drinks, and browse displays of local Star Wars collectibles. Fans are encouraged to bring their lightsabers and costumes to the festivities.
We're going to have gaming here, so that new business Board Bard that does gaming, they're going to do gaming demos right here in the lobby. May the 4th is becoming something where you've got a lot of people that want to have these types of events. You know, you saw Baycon in Escanaba last month, so it's like more of these pop culture events.
Shows will start at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central. In 2022, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA, seized over 379 million deadly doses of fentanyl, which is enough fentanyl to supply a lethal dose to every American. Lawmakers have been working to address the crisis and made significant progress with a new bill signed by President Biden last week. Tonight, WZMQ 19 News Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon reports on the Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
The Fentanyl Eradication and Narcotics Deterrence, or Fend Off Fentanyl Act, is a sanctions and anti-money laundering law to combat the fentanyl crisis by targeting opioid manufacturers and traffickers. The legislation was a piece of the $95 billion foreign aid package signed into law by President Biden last week. Lawmakers say it will help government agencies disrupt illicit opioid supply chains and penalize involvement with the trafficking of fentanyl.
We'll give the federal government more power, more resources to go at the bad guys here, China and Mexican drug cartels and other transnational criminal organizations.
Senator Bob Casey was one of the many co-sponsors for the bill in the Senate. He says the law will ensure that sanctions are imposed not only on the illicit drug trade, but also on the money laundering that makes it profitable.
Go after them, go after their money, which is what they're most interested in, to reduce the flow of fentanyl into the United States. The reason Fend Off Fentanyl is passing is because leaders like me made sure that it was part of this security agreement. And this is a giant step forward.
Although the bill did have bipartisan support, many Republicans, especially in the House, say that fentanyl crisis is being fueled by an open border.
We've seen gang members and people with criminal backgrounds be released into our country. We've seen fentanyl flood over the border, and it's now become, as we all know, the leading cause of deaths for Americans aged 18 to 49.
In December 2023, a record-breaking 250,000 migrants were encountered at the U.S.-Mexico border. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Your 19 News Sports is on the way next.
Pictionary.
I can't wait for this. Where's my popcorn?
Play along from home.
Iguana? Iguana is correct.
You just did a cartwheel and you're like 7'6".
With a chance to win.
Paddle of nunchucks.
Nunchucks is correct.
Every weekday.
This is unfair. No one knew that Colton was prolific in nunchucks.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
We are here, around the clock, in all weather. This isn't a job, it's a symphony. Mending hope, stocking the shelf, and being distant when we need to be. Understanding feelings. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. You're home away from home in medical crisis, and your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Good evening, everyone. As Jim Carrey used to say, what a beautiful day for high school sports. Let's start with high school baseball. The Gladstone Braves at home taking on the 7th-ranked team in Division II. That would be Southgate Anderson. In the first inning, Johnny Soderman with a base hit for the Braves. Casey Al Warden gets the light around third to score. Sliding nicely, and it's 1-0 Gladstone. A short time later, Gavin Frossard would be up with a couple runners in scoring position, and that one is to the outfield as well. Cooper Sandville crosses easily. Here comes Soderman, and he scores standing up. It's 3-0 Gladstone. Unfortunately, their offense was done for this one, and the Titans would get going. Christian Sierra with the base hit down the third base line. 1 run already in. Memphis Davenport scores next. Yes, everybody in that family has something to do with Elvis Presley, including an Elvis and a Priscilla. Yeah, I know, hard to believe. Titans go on to win this one with 11 runs in the third inning, 14-3, and the Titans won the second game as well. On the scoreboard, Negaunee sweeps Westwood 9-3 and 14-0, and Ironwood takes 2 from Ewan Trout Creek 13-6. And 20-6. That darn scoreboard should have been erased. Let us go to high school softball. Negaunee visiting Marquette. And in the top of the first, it is off the glove for a hit. And Delaney Gladwell will score on the base knock by Grace Nardi, and a 1-0 lead for the Miners. Then Cassie Fries pops it up. Infield fly rule enforced with the bases loaded. Catch is made. Miners coach Randy Carlson tried to sneak his runner home, but that will not happen. And the next thing you know, it's 4-2-5, a double play. And Marquette prevents further damage. Sentinels try to start rally in the bottom of the first. However, a very nice throw by Callan Schultz gets Haley Haynes tagged out. Marquette would not score. Top of the second. Delaney Gladwell. A pop to somewhat shallow right field. Catch is not made. Rihanna Nelson scores, and Teresa Anderson's going to get the green light around third as well. She scoots home. Gladwell slides into third, and it's 3-0 Miners. And Cassie Fries is at it again. She's going to bounce one off the glove of the third baseman. Everybody is safe. Ainsley Brunette scores. Nagani plated 5 in the inning to take a 6-0 lead. Miners won the first game 15-0. The Nagani JV defeated Marquette in the second game 22-12. Back to the numbers. Gold Gibbik wins twice against Lance, 21-6 and 17-7. And Gladstone takes 2 from Houghton, 10-5 and 10-0. In GLIAC softball, the conference tournament taking place in Illinois, and Ferris State fell just short to Grand Valley State. Lakers took that one 4-3 in 8 innings. Saginaw Valley defeated Purdue Northwest 4-1. Gladstone Sydney Hero walked and scored what proved to be the winning run for the Cardinals in the third inning. Saginaw Valley and Grand Valley will be in the winner's bracket contest tomorrow as they try and figure out who else will be eliminated. Major League Baseball, the Tigers and the New York Yankees. And it's the top of the 6th, and Colt Keith takes ball 4 with the bases loaded. That's usually a good thing because Riley Green will jog home, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead. Tigers only allow 2 hits to the Pinstripes through 8 innings. In the 7th, Andrew Chafin induces Glaber Torres to bounce into the 4-3 double play. Bottom of the 9th, and it was not the night for Jason Foley as he's done this year. Giancarlo Stanton drills one the opposite way. Aaron Judge is chugging around third. He's going to score. Alex Verdugo reaches third on the double by Stanton. We're tied at 1. Next batter, Anthony Rizzo. And he's going to punch one through the infield. It's drawn in. That's all Verdugo has to do is jog home. He's happy. So are the Yankee fans. They win this one 2-1. Same 2 teams meet tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, the Brewers at the Cubs. That's always good for some entertainment at Wrigley Field. And in the 6th inning, that is Christopher Morel with the solo homer into the basket, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead. Move to the 8th. William Contreras eliminates the deficit with a base hit. Jackson Cheerio rounds third. He will score, and we are knotted at 1. A couple moments later, Willie Adames grounds one between short and second for a single. Contreras dashes home. Milwaukee adds one more to take this series opener 3-1. GLIAC track and field meet wrapped up at Grand Valley State. Mention a few people along the way. On the Michigan Tech men's side, Samuel Lang for the Huskies, second in the 1,500-meter run. Ryan Schweiderson of Tech took 4th in the 400 dash. Dollar Bay's John Paul Norland was second in the 800, and the Huskies 4x400 relay team took 5th place. If we can bounce the women's results, that'd be nice. There's some right there. Thank you. Gianna Hoving of NMU, 4th in the 1,500-meter run. Crystal Walker, 2nd. Elise Wolfrat, 3rd in the 110 hurdles. Marquette's Bo Truckee was named freshman sprinter of the meet as she was 4th in the 100 and 5th in the 200. Riley Leverchek of Tech was 5th in the 400-meter dash. Grand Valley, of course, won both ends of it. The Michigan Tech women were, the Northern women, I should say, were in 4th place.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Keep your lawn healthy with an 11% rebate from Menards. Yardworks offers a variety of landscape tools to keep your lawn beautiful, like this medium-duty garden hose. Its guard and grip connector protects it from damage and makes it easy to connect to. Just $14.99 after rebate. Suncast has everything you need to store the tools for your outdoor projects. Store your garden hose safely with a Suncast hose reel cart. $32.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year.
Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
What's happening in Washington affects you directly here in the Upper Peninsula. I'm Rachel Knapp.
And I'm Brendan Scanlon. We track the issues and positions of the elected lawmakers you send to Washington.
We're on Capitol Hill every day reporting on what you care about most.
Education, your money, student loans, health care, safety, and privacy.
Coverage you can count on live from our bureau in America's capital.
Only here on WZMQ 19 News.
What do you say we get on out of here? I don't care where we go if it's as far as we can get.
Wagon Train, weekdays at 4 on MeTV 19.1.
You can't tell right now, but downtown Marquette was hustling and bustling on my way back to work this evening. Temperatures fairly warm still here in Marquette, around 54. Those winds pretty calm. We'll expect the lows, though, in that 35 to 45 degree range. And this weekend, yeah, we're already into rummage sale season. I know, Mr. First Warning Weather, no, not this weekend. But we've got sunshine coming on Sunday. We'll see a little bit on Saturday, but you might want to hold off until Sunday, as we're expecting mostly sunny and drier conditions for the day. Temps will be a little bit cooler, but not too shabby. All right, Marquette and Escanaba, let's take a look at what's happening throughout our day with those rain showers starting in Esky, possible thunderstorms around 5 p.m. But during those early commencements for Bay College and NMU, should be all right. And then Cinco de Mayo is on Sunday, like I mentioned, lots of sunny conditions and those temperatures rising to about 55 by 3 p.m. in Marquette.
Lastly tonight, a new business in Marquette is helping the UP smile. This morning, Fresh Coast Smile cut its ribbon after its official opening last weekend. Fresh Coast is the first teeth whitening studio in the UP. The studio owner says she is excited to bringing her passion of dental beauty to the area.
Dental field for almost 18 years, and I've always had a strong passion for the beauty industry, and I know that teeth whitening is a good combination of both, so it's my two passions into one, and so I thought it was a really great opportunity to bring that to Marquette.
Fresh Coast is open Fridays and Saturdays, and we'll have a full list of hours on our website, WZMQ19.com. And that's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you right back here Monday at 6/5 Central. Have a great evening.
Tony's Green Thumb in Bark River is open for business. Tony's is your one-stop shop for all your garden and flower needs. Known for a huge variety of big, beautiful baskets, gorgeous planters, and over 600 varieties of vegetables and flowers to choose from.